Hi. So this is a weekly reading, and to save time, I already went through and pulled cards for each day, including today. I wanted to get this out before, but too many plans. So this will be from tonight, tomorrow through the weekend, and I kind of felt like things were coming through right away, and so I took a few notes, and then I thought I'd pull some other cards from some different decks just to get some confirmation if there's anything that needs to still come through, and maybe end with some encouragement notes. So for the first two cards came out together, so I feel like this is the Fool for today and the King of Pentacles. So right away, I kind of felt like it was like an earth-based reading, and so having to do with your material reality and just your everyday life and things like that. The Fool can talk about new beginnings and feeling like a newbie at something, feeling like fresh off the, boat or something, just right out of the gate, open to whatever comes your way, starting out on some sort of trip or journey, maybe for Thanksgiving. Can also talk about taking a risk or some sort of gamble, and especially with the King of Pentacles, it could be cautioning you not to take too many blind risks without doing all the research or things like that. Because I feel like there's some sort of risk investment thing here, and some sort of maybe just feeling new in a situation. Could also talk about starting out in a new field or a new profession, something like that. Maybe you're just starting a new job, and or industry too. So yeah, just maybe not taking too many, making sure you leave on time and things like that. I also kind of felt like this guy was looking back, either seeing someone that reminds him or her, because this is general, of who they were when they first started out, or just remembering what things were like for them when they started out, or just maybe feeling brand new even though you've been in the same job or something, for maybe there's a new situation, something you've never had to handle before, being brought into your life this week, and you're feeling, it talks about feeling, brand new at it, but maybe also feeling like there's potential in something, and an opportunity, and a person, and an endeavor, and some sort of trip that could be prosperous later. These came up upright, so it's like kind of opening up your arms to just, whatever comes your way, and just being a little cautious, not to just like walk off any cliff or edge or something, but just, kind of taking what you need to, not, I just kind of thought of new money though too, so also some sort of like new strategy, or just thinking back to how you started with something and maybe pulling from that as far as advice or things like that go. Just maybe throughout the entire process you've gotten a little bit like off track or something, and you just reassess where you saw yourself going to begin with, or what the whole point was of something, or something along those lines. But Zero and the King, so also just feeling like wealthy with what you have and not needing anything else. The next day was the World reversed for Wednesday. So, oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. So a lot of, travel maybe for Thanksgiving. Maybe you're having to, again, kind of get things back on track, or plans or something like that. Maybe you're having to make a lot of stops along in the way. Having to see a bunch of different people this week. I also think of polar opposites, the two infinity signs. I'll show you right, because go both ways. Just, Two sides of everything, polar opposites, north and south poles, maybe having to go in two different directions, or feeling pulled in two different directions, or needing to finish up something at work. Maybe you started something a little bit late, or started a new project, and you need to kind of complete it as quickly as possible, maybe by Wednesday, not leaving anything incomplete. Letting, the journey that you start here Monday end. Maybe it's a short week. It's 21/3, so it could also just have to do with going home and seeing relatives, that kind of thing. This whole like full circle kind of idea. So I also thought of full stomach. Making the rounds. Also some sort of like air supply, just feeling claustrophobic, maybe feeling like you're a little bit on display. Maybe you're having to set up like a house or something for relatives and things, and everything's feeling like things need to be perfect. Maybe it's saying like, don't worry, don't try to make things too much of a perfectionist situation. But also I thought of time capsule for some reason. So maybe some of you are meeting up with family and going through an old time capsule or something like that, or starting one. And also like, are you ready to go? Are you ready to leave? So yeah. Thursday was Ace of Pentacles. I feel like this is, Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for? Or just giving thanks. Could also mean having to do with, if it has to do with work and earthly type things. Could also mean like some sort of appraisal or promotion. And it kind of came out like this. So go either way, but also maybe asking a question, receiving some sort of invitation or giving an invitation to someone, again, some sort of offer, like job promotion or something, probably just giving thanks or just, being welcomed in somewhere, some sort of new beginning, some sort of beginning of something. Maybe it's something's happening at the beginning of dinner, or just beginning of the night or something, beginning of the day, just depending on what your plans are. But it could also have to do with a gift or a promise, asking a question and hoping to get a good straight answer maybe. You could also, since it came out, I kind of felt like it was like this, but it was kind of more this way. So if it was, reverse, it could also talk about some sort of slight decline. I mean, it's just the beginning of something. So just depending on what your industry is maybe, or just waiting to be invited somewhere, or just waiting for something to start, waiting for the weekend to start. It could also have some sort of like conditional opportunity or something like, there's no such thing as a free meal, something like that. Maybe that's how you feel with your relatives or something like, some sort of, maybe it's an hour of time, or just bringing some gifts or something to the table for Thanksgiving, if you are in the United States, or just, again, some sort of offer, helping hand, yeah. So, or just some sort of opportunity, a golden opportunity that you want to, like, partake in, because the next card that came out for Friday, and these could have, like, some sort of, like, transitional overlap, or be clear, I pulled basically one for each day, but, there's some overlaps that I noticed too, so just see how it works out for you and stay open-minded to timing too. But the Hangman came out for Friday, and it came out reversed. So typically this means like taking a break, taking a breather. I feel like after Thanksgiving, the day after, you're probably going to be like, or, after the meal or something, just kind of food coma or something. But maybe you don't have the time to, just lay around because it came out reversed and you're having to get up off the couch, get off the fence, take some action, make a decision, maybe give that, if this was like more combined, would be like maybe asking for an answer or asking a question and giving a straight answer. But also it's 12, so maybe that number has significance to you, or reducing down to 3, so just music, creativity, just kind of lounging around and enjoying the weekend, I think. Maybe taking some time to think about something, how you're going to get things back on track, like with the world here and the track and work or something, long-term goals. Maybe you're just thinking about things like really just taking a moment, taking some time for yourself too. I also feel like hands tied. Maybe your hands are tied. Maybe you get an invitation, but your hands are tied because you already have a bunch of obligations or something like that to go to. But it's also saying maybe don't take too long to make a decision or make up your mind because it was reversed. So it's like needing to take some action, participate, or just, what is your goal, maybe? I almost want to say, like, what's your end game? Maybe you're wondering about something you just, like, can't, maybe something comes up on Thursday and it just kind of has you thinking back, and maybe you're just taking some time. So think of, like, a brilliant idea. Maybe something's a brilliant idea, and you're thinking, and you get inspired Thursday, you're in conversation, you're talking, someone brings something up, and it's just, like, something you can't really, you keep thinking about on your mind. Maybe you just need to take some action. Meditation, yoga. That's why I said, as a phrase that came through, mind fuck, because it has to do with your mind. It has to do with Gemini. It has to do with, thinking things over and deliberating, and maybe it's a hung jury or something, or a suspension of disbelief. Maybe something is brought to your attention and you're needing to just sort of suspend disbelief for a minute and see things from a new perspective, gain some new clarity on something. So also something that came through is the missing piece of the puzzle. So maybe something is coming into your world, some brand new something, whatever, maybe a trip or person or an opportunity or something coming into your world that's just like the missing piece to your the puzzle, whatever's been, you've been contemplating, whatever's been on your mind, and you're feeling pretty grateful or just maybe even lucky. Sometimes I think of this as like part of fortune in your birth chart. Maybe you understand something now. Usually when this is, you're still in contemplation mode, and then when it's reversed, it's like now something makes sense. Now, you understand. Some, mind expansion maybe, from this new beginning, from this good start with something, or just an answer, or just, something you've been waiting on, maybe, or maybe it's just, slow weekend, what came out for, or end of the week, what came out for Saturday and Sunday, and again, this could be like, this came out reversed, but the way that things work for me sometimes is like, what do I say? It's like something's happening to you personally, it's like upright, and if something's coming from your external world or someone else or something, is coming into your world, it's reversed. So just, stay open-minded. I don't totally go by reversed and upright all the time, because I feel like things can always go both ways, and that is our choice, how we handle the situation. So the Knight of Pentacles came up for Saturday. And what did I have to say about that? Well, I've said this before, is like bringing something to the table. So I thought maybe some sort of like potluck, or maybe you're just, maybe this is you and you're making this sort of offer, or you're coming back to whoever asked you something or gave you something, and you are expressing some sort of thanks or some tidbit of advice. Since it was reversed, though, it could mean like you're taking a little bit too much time, and so you need to, what did I say it was reversed or whatever? You need to, again, take some action now that you've thought things over with the Hangman, and it's reversed, so it's like, all right, so now you're going to take that little bit of knowledge or clarity or answer, or whatever it is, and bring it somewhere. You're going to get on that horse and go, and because usually this is like, takes his time. Someone who takes his time could be an earth sign, along with the King of Pentacles here, or just someone of that earthy quality. Could be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and some sort of like maybe transit, slow going, making your way, staying on the right course, staying on the right track, in a way, just like maybe keep going with what it is you're doing. Looks like has lettuce on his head for some reason. Maybe you're bringing a salad somewhere, or side dish. But again, some sort of transition, again, traveling back somewhere, or going to see something, ask something, but just sort of like making your way in a steady course, not trying to rush anywhere. And this did come up before, like not having to be too much of a perfectionist, because that Earth, especially Virgo energy, could be a little bit detail-oriented, and maybe needing things to be, very, usually pretty analytical and very like a little bit OCD. Sometimes they're materialistic or something, anything having to do with the Earth. So it could just be like giving your advice, though, too, giving some solid, grounded advice, something that I feel like benefits someone, or like there's some room for growth or something. Could be taking some space, maybe from family, taking some time, or just I just want to say giving a compliment or something. He's the person that like kind of always shows up, and is reliable too. So, but these kind of came up right one after the other. They were opposite, but again, sort of see how it goes for you, because I kind of also thought of like, don't break a promise. Like maybe you have a bunch of obligations and you're trying to make the rounds, and maybe you have to turn someone down or something, from the Ace of Pentacles. So this talks about having a gentle touch and just being delicate, balanced, tempered. I also think of like lighting up your mind, and with the Hangman here, but I also think of maybe it's like some sort of transition, transitioning into Sagittarius season. This is for Sunday. It's actually my birthday. I didn't mean to pull this card out, but as you know, this is all organic and random. But yeah, so maybe some of you are starting to think about celebrating birthdays. Some sort of mixologist. Just finding some sort of easygoing process application. Study, I want to say, it's 14, reducing down to 5, so it can also mean just like rebalancing, reshuffling things around, getting things together for the next work week, or just having to prioritize, find some sort of good mixture balance, switching over something, shuffling around obligations, balancing activities. It can also just mean half of something, maybe half the day you're, having to do something. Maybe you're splitting up your time, splitting up how you feel. It could also mean like mixed emotions. Maybe you're feeling mixed about something and you're just sort of trying to work it out. I think of having patience and with where you see yourself going, because it's like a small little sun here and then this big sun here. It's almost like she's really focused, working, applying patience and grace and, just balance too, to get her to where she ultimately wants to go, because there's a lot of this like traveling too. So maybe just going back, maybe sometimes like retracing your steps or something. But yeah, so maybe I'll do a special birthday, something that's like something special, reading for Sagittariuses. And I also thought of, since this can represent art too, especially in like the Thoth deck, and just combining two different, very extreme elements, baking, that kind of thing, putting all the elements together, making something new. It's the joining of something. Integration of, to make something of a cohesive whole. So I also thought of not just your artistic process, but your cognitive process, and sort of retracing your steps and enlightening your mind, maybe just feeling very uplifted too, after spending time with family, and feeling like rebalanced, maybe again some sort of good opportunity that you want to finish up the weekend with, but just basically talks about delicate, having like a gentle, patient demeanor, or mending something that's maybe like broken. Maybe there's been some like relationships or something. You're feeling good about how you're able to like, bring people back together, mend some situations. Just depending on your situation, can mean like cutting ties or something. But and the Lovers was on the bottom, and so that can mean like maybe reconnecting with people from your past, or maybe old love or something like that, old friends. Talk about compromising, again, sort of having to compromise with where you're traveling, what you're doing, time and all that, being a peacemaker, maybe between relatives, friends. And as far as work goes, though, and I did say like sometimes it's kind of like a flip or something with the Two of Pentacles also, but I feel like it's similar in her actions. So since this came out as the 6th, I also thought maybe it could be the 9th house, Sagittarius, transitioning into more fire energy. But as far as work goes, it talks about beware of people branching off into different alliances and having like an agenda. Because these came up together, I didn't really feel that so much, but then I noticed the branches here, and just it's kind of like breaking apart of something too. So it could mean a breakup or something like that, but they're both upright, so it's just maybe finding the connection, how people are connecting, being that sort of middle ground, bringing people together, different walks of life, that kind of thing, making everything work smoothly. Maybe just temperance, like tempering something down, you're finding some inner peace or something like that. But I feel like it's also like bringing two things together with this being, this could apply to the entire reading, as being, since it was on the bottom of the deck, or just further clarity on this, but bringing back two things that were maybe at a distance. It could talk about your lover, who you love, or just, someone else that, familial love kind of thing. Brothers, sisters, they're naked here. Usually it has to do with lovers, but it can also just talk about a choice or distance between someone that you and someone that you love, or so I feel like it's like bridging gaps too, making the efforts, especially with this here. Maybe you haven't been making enough of an effort, and especially with the Hanged Man reversed and this, and starting fresh with something. Maybe it's just talking about having to make a real effort, make something real. It's talking about making something, like especially with art or baking, like making something cohesive or real, or some sort of tangible. I'm just getting ready, but I just feel like it's like make the effort. Especially maybe in love. So the lovers, the others in your life too, not just your significant other, although oftentimes talks about that, but the others. I wanted to say like accomplishment or astonishment and growth, and seeing things through a new filter. He looks like he's seeing her for the first time or something. And so, yeah, bridging gaps between distance or just ways of seeing things, perspectives. Maybe there's a lot having to do with different perspectives. Sometimes this involves three people, too. And the hangman perspectives, and changing how you see something, or just opening up your mind to different possibilities or someone else's point of view, maybe. But I also thought of beauty and differences, and just actually the phrase that popped to mind was looking good. So maybe you're just looking good to someone, and someone is in astonishment of you or in awe of you, and seeing you in a new light, or maybe you're just feeling pretty natural, and everyone just seems pretty open, wide open to possibilities, and maybe second chances, or new perspectives, or maybe new love, or rekindling something. And not taking, something to be said about how much time it takes for you to return, a call or RSVP or something. So not taking too much time, making up your mind, not leaving someone like stranded and waiting kind of thing, and like an answer or something like that. And just sort of, I feel like keeping everything in check, and checks and balances. But yeah, something that you love. And I feel like overall it's very much make the effort. It's telling you to get off the fence. This is, a great opportunity that maybe you are extending to someone, or is being brought into your life. This is, taking your time, being steady, and making sure that you check all your your to-do list, your everything that you've, needing to get done. But it's also saying, like, don't waste time too. And if there's anything you've been meaning to finish up or complete, make the efforts. There's a strong start, I feel like, for the whole week. And it just maybe warns of being well, so be a bit cautious, even just, eyes open walking, kind of thing. Just being aware, I think, of your surroundings. This can sometimes mean your surroundings too, your environment. Maybe there's just something happening in your environment that you need to pay attention to. Not be blind. Open your eyes and see something in a new way. Something might not be airtight, and you need to consider all your options and make a decision pretty quickly. Maybe it has to do with love. I'm going to do a love reading next, so that's my little transition, but let's see. 30 minutes, I'll pull from just if there's anything else that needs to come through for the lovers. From the lovers deck, I'll pull from, Anything else? Any other tidbits of advice for people? General energies for the coming week? 9 of Wands. I have read my mind, or can you read my mind there? It's usually like just wondering. Sometimes it's like maybe you feel like the stakes are pretty high or something, or your defenses are a bit up, and kind of looking over your shoulder like, what's next? Because it's the end of a cycle, and it's kind of again coming full circle. Maybe it's just like you're tired, you're burnt out a little bit, you just need a little bit more oomph or something, and to push you to look behind you and see you have all this experience and things to work with, ideas and things to back you up, and to not be too worried about what comes next, to take it as it comes, and again, just maybe let down your defenses with something, because everyone looks pretty like open to new possibilities and new opportunities, and except for him who's been like on the fence here. So maybe just need to do some stretching, or blood rushing to your head or something. On the bottom was the Knight of Cups, so it could be something having to do with like 9% or 90%, or it can also mean like sometimes the cups can talk about jealousies and things like that. So maybe not to worry about, jealousy, just kind of taking things as they come and not trying to force things. Again, with that cup, just trying to stay like a steady pace and feel your way through something, and also then turn it into, really see how it reflects on. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say exactly, but because we have the Knight and the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, so it's be like the same person, or maybe you're just feeling like there's one good like grounded way to go, there's one good like imaginative way to go with something, and maybe you just need to find that happy medium again with the Temperance. Maybe the 9th house, maybe higher education, learning, maybe it's something like, so maybe you're driving past your old school or something, and it's bringing back memories. Just reconnecting though. Again, 9th house, travel, long distance maybe. But I just feel like it's like expand your mind with what's possible, like see outside the realm of possibilities that you've already considered, outside the box, see outside the same 4 options. I mean, I could talk about 4 different ways of going, and maybe like what's going on here and there and there, I just feel like there's a lot of continuity. Maybe you're needing to be more, having to have more continuity in your life in some way, shape or form. I always feel like shape with this too, because you can see the 4 and just very, you're just hanging out, But yeah, ninth house. So maybe there's something in your ninth house that's important. Some energy being focused there. I say energy, I just mean like there's just more of a focus, yeah, that day, or it depends on the different planets, but like Mars energies might be a little bit more tense or a little bit more aggressive in how you go about things. So anyway, it says to kind of, take your time, but make decisions basically. So I'll pull, maybe there's some good locations or aesthetic inspiration. Ace of Pentacles again. So maybe there's two really great options, or it's the answer that you're looking for, confirmation or something. Wealth is the ability to fully experience life. I feel like that very much sums up all of that, to fully experience something. And this also talks about participating, like getting off the fence and participating, contributing in some way, making the world the way that you want to see it. This is The Luncheon, Monet's Garden at Argenteuil by Claude Monet, 1873, Musée d'Orsay, Paris, France. And the Ace of Rods is on the bottom. So a lot of new beginnings. So I feel like needing to just finish something up so that you can really just totally start fresh, not have to like be wondering, did you, forget something or have it still on your mind, just needing to, because there's all this new energy, all this new possibility, and just good, exciting beginnings. I feel like it's like opportunity and an idea that just really feels like the right way to go, the right move to make. I also feel like this is like make a move or something between these, all of these, make a move. Because it's all this like really good starts, and especially the Ace of Pentacles, 2 Aces of Pentacles, like that almost guarantees some sort of like promise or something coming to fruition, something really beneficial for you, something that will be stable and able to really bring in like some good wealth later on, whatever that is for you, wealth for you. Because the Ace of Wands is like maybe a brilliant new idea or something that pops to mind, and maybe something pops out of nowhere. He kind of looks like someone's just kind of like airdropping in, hanging from the tree here, and he looks like he's hanging something. So maybe you're just feeling like you're a little bit in limbo, and again, just needing to more action, less thinking, but not impulsive action kind of thing. This is whatever you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe and the Ancient of Days by William Blake, 18th century, private collection. So there's so much like energy and light and like heat and fire and just passions, like brand new, again, Sagittarius season. The Ace of Season, it's the right time. I feel like time is right for you to it's all saying just begin it, to go for it, to make a move, make the effort, try it, to live a little bit and take a walk on the wild side a little bit, to follow through also, I want to say, with whatever it is that you are doing, or make any sort of, offers or follow through, and to just, I feel like it's funny because it's like the full very beginning and the Ancient of Days. You're feeling young and old at the same time. Maybe you feel like you've been around. It's not the first time at the rodeo, like I almost want to say been around the block. That sounds kind of like sexual. You've had all the experiences. You feel like you've experienced a lot, and maybe things are coming to, like you're summing things up this week, and maybe something you've been working on a long, long time, you know, and you start here and now you're here. It feels like ages maybe, and finally finishing something up, and you're excited for that new start, that new beginning, or something that just fires you up and gets you happy, passionate, excited, happy, excited to begin. So whatever that is for you, whatever it's been on your mind, whatever's been kind of, you can't really shake, or something you've been wondering about, you know, not taking action, or not choosing something, or not accepting a gift or something is also some sort of choice too. So I guess I feel like there's just a lot of being aware also, conscious choices, decisions, consciousness, but just being, cognizant this week too. Maybe you need to have your wits about you a little bit so you don't get, taken advantage of or something, just depending on how these cards work out for you, your situation. So, but just I feel like also just really being open to new possibilities. Let's pull an Archangel card, and then maybe we'll be done, or this week, Archangel guidance, advice, wisdom, general energies. This is clairvoyance. Well, now I think we've gotten all of Claire's. A bunch of these were coming up for the elemental readings. This is Archangel Raziel. I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. I feel like this is also about clearly seeing something for what it is, also seeing the reality of a situation. It's kind of like the Ancient of Days too. This kind of reminds me of like the chakras, chakra meditation, chakra clearing, that kind of thing. The frequencies, I think, are better than all the ambient music kind of things. Sometimes it's nice to just have like almost white noise as a way to clear your mind. Maybe I'll put a link for one of the ones that I've listened to a few times. Maybe spiritual sight. The Temperance card with the sun there, almost in the third eye. I just feel like this is also a very spiritual card, and maybe wanting to go back to the start with something. Maybe there's an offer to do that, to travel, to do something that you used to do, something you used to enjoy, but really I just feel like it's a lot of enlightenment, some sort of, now something makes sense, and even if not, maybe you need to take that first step in order to just move something along. The wheel's turning, clairvoyance, and passion is on the bottom. So, Archangel Haniel, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. So, again, maybe there's that sort of renewed feeling young at something, feeling you get this fresh start. There's great time, it's like right timing, good opportunity. You're rejuvenated. You've been taking some time off, thinking about things, taking your time, weighing your options, and now you're just excited to have all these, like with the Ace of Wands, that passion to start something. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. So just trust too. Both have their little wands. Kind of reminds me of the Hermit card, just having, one little light in front of you to see the next step, and maybe not being able to see the whole picture, not being able to see the whole truth. Maybe you can only see like 20% of the truth, but you know that to be true, and that is guiding your next step towards eventually the full truth or the full understanding of something. And it's just like one little, step at a time, and trusting what you do know to be true, trusting what your instincts, trusting the guidance that you get that you feel like is like some sort of synchronistic or sign or something that just speaks to you and, just pops in your head and maybe gets your blood racing a little bit. You just feel excited. You're enthralled by something like the Lover's card. You're kind of astonished and why didn't I think of this before, maybe? Or it's one of those kinds of things, like maybe the answer or something was right in front of your face and you just had to open your eyes and see what's right in front of you, and that it's maybe pretty spectacular or brilliant. Again, all these bright, shiny, she looks like she's gazing at it pretty intently, so again, focus and things like that. But yeah, so I'm just going to pull a bird card, but it's already 45 minutes, so again, I hope you have a great week, and I hope you enjoyed the reading, and safe travels, happy Thanksgiving, thanks for being here, talk to you later, bye.